We're going to tell you why right now it's a great time to buy new construction,
including the different ways it's a lot more affordable right now,
some of the different incentives that builders are given,
why it might be a better decision for you long term,
and a whole lot more.
And we're getting started right now. Make sure you stay tuned for the entire video.
If you're looking to buy or sell a home in the Venice, Sarasota area, make sure to call, text, or email us. I am a local realtor here. My information will be in the description box below.
That phone number is 941-221-1897. Call or text anytime. We'll always have your best interest and happiness in mind when buying or selling a home in the area. So, what's the first reason that it's a better time, or a great time actually, to buy new construction, especially compared to before? Because before it was crazy.
Yes. So for the first time in about a year and a half, you don't have as much competition as you did. Basically, a year ago, you had to be put on a waiting list, and these builders had waiting lists of like over 100 people for each salesperson. And then you had to be put on those lists to even be able to bid on a lot. A lot of times those lots were going above asking. So it was a nightmare for a lot of people that wanted to move to Florida and buy a home in Florida.
Yeah, it was crazy. There was like lotteries to just have the opportunity to buy a lot over asking price.
And some builders had lists so long that they just were turning people away and basically saying, you know what, we have too many people waiting right now for a lot, so we can't even put you on the list.
So what that means for you as a buyer is, guess what? There's stuff available that you can actually go out there and buy, and you don't probably have to be put on this waiting list. And in fact, it's even going a step further than that. Tell them about maybe some of the other reasons why it's a better time.
Yes, so this one's like my favorite out of all of our reasons, is the incentives that builders are giving buyers. This is, again, for the first time in over a year that we're seeing incentives. One of those incentives is basically they will help you buy down your rate. So if you were pre-approved at 7%, they will help you buy down the rate to 6 or 5% even, which is great because now a lot of people were priced out of the market, and a lot of people were like, you know, I can't afford to pay 7% on a home, so I can't buy right now. So by the builders helping with buying down the interest rate, this helps a lot.
Absolutely. I think that's one of the biggest hurdles right now for a lot of people. You know, prices went up on houses to begin with, but then you add in the quickly accelerating interest rates, like that just put a lot of people out of even having the ability to buy homes. So that's definitely an incentive that I think will just help a lot of people be able to do it. You know, first you had the hurdle of the waiting list, then you have the hurdle of the interest rate. Well, here's a way that we can kind of scratch that off.
Yes, and on top of that, some builders are actually helping to pay your closing costs. So this is great because closing costs can be anywhere from 1.5 to 3% of the purchase price. And now builders are, you know, happy to help you with paying down those closing costs.
And taking things even a step further, like, again, we went from waiting lists to now even potentially price cuts. Like, that was something before that was like unheard of because it was less of a price raise, and that maybe was because there was a bidding war or they just decided to raise the prices. They're actually looking for buyers so much now that they are making price cuts. And for context, we're in Venice, Florida area, near like Welland Park, the fastest growing development in the entire United States. So we're kind of behind the curve, the rest of the United States on that side of things. But yeah, we're here now. We're actually to the point where some builders are offering price cuts.
And the price cuts are actually on homes that are going to be moving ready pretty quickly. A lot of them would be ready within 4 to 6 months. So if you're not in a hurry to move down, you know, within a month or so because of work or whatever reasons you might have, this actually works in your favor because you can go under contract on your home by the end of the year, so you can take advantage of the incentives. Since you're not ready to, you know, move down right away to Florida, you still have 5 or 6 months before your home will be ready. And when you are ready, you have a brand new home.
That sounds like a win-win.
For example, a home that was listed for $305 right now, it's selling for $299. A brand new home, 3-bed, 2-bath, almost 1,400 square feet. This is not in Venice. It is very, very close to Venice, though. It's in between Port Charlotte and Northport. But to give you a pricing in Venice, there are homes that were listed at $467, and right now they're selling at $450. These examples are in HOA communities or homeowners association communities. Another reason why we think it's a great time to buy a new construction home right now, it's not only because of all the incentives, but also because you get a brand new home that's going to be built to code.
And that's great, as we mentioned earlier, for long term, right? Newer building codes, newer materials, more upgraded. First of all, not to say that nothing's gonna happen, you know, in the first 5-10 years of owning a house, because things do happen. It's just kind of the way Mother Nature works. Sometimes, you know, there's gonna be something maybe missed on the home or whatever. But for the most part, I think compared to, you know, an older home, you're not gonna have to worry about these little nagging projects that need to be done around the house for the first 10, 15, 20 years. You're gonna feel like you have more of a sturdy home, a safer home, better for hurricanes, you know, all the other crazy stuff that weather might bring to you. So you can have a little bit more confidence that your home's gonna be sturdy, and it just kind of takes a lot off your plate. I think that's really great and good for resale value as well.
Yes, and also with insurance companies not wanting to insure all their roofs, well, this is not a problem if you buy a new construction home.
Yeah, and it actually will bring down probably your insurance rates too, just because
Yes.
of, you know, there's usually better windows, maybe if it has hurricane shutters, it just depends on what's going to be included with the home. But in general, the newer homes with the newer building codes will bring your insurance rate down, and they're also going to be elevated, so less risk of flood. There's just so many factors that go into having a new construction home that can give you a lot more peace of mind. That being said, even with a new construction home, there are some things you have to look out for with the contract, the construction of it, a whole bunch more. We go over that in detail in this video right here.
If you're looking to buy a new construction home in the area, make sure to call, text, or email us. I am a local realtor here. My information will be in the description box below.
Phone number is 941-221-1897. Call or text at any time. We'll always have your best interest and happiness in mind when moving to the area. Like, subscribe, leave a comment with your thoughts, and
Live breezy.